Hi everyone, it's me, Arti from Your Plate. Just thought I'd check in with you. It's Diwali and Hindu New Year coming up on Sunday and Monday respectively. I'm sure you've got loads of fun and festive things planned with friends, family, loved ones. So I thought I would just share some health tips, just a few slides, a couple of my top tips to help you stay healthy during this festive and somewhat indulgent period. Okay, excellent. So the first thing is gifting. We love giving gifts to our loved ones and our friends and our family during this period. Usually it's mithai, which are our delicious Indian sweets. But why not think of some alternative gifts this year? Maybe you do it already. Maybe a fruit basket, maybe plants or flowers if you think the recipient would appreciate that. Maybe some chutneys. There could be like your traditional Indian chutneys, or maybe more of the kind of Western chutneys. Maybe nuts. Nuts are delicious. Most people love them. Really good snack, and they're usually really, you can box them really prettily with some bows or even some candles, which are obviously very traditional for Diwali. So these are nice alternative gifts apart from, the usual mithai. And if you aren't brave enough to ask for these gifts, then maybe think about gifting them, and you may actually end up, setting a trend, and your family may actually follow your lead for next Diwali. Okay, my next tip is around adapting our recipes. So often, Diwali is a time when we might be making the effort to make, some new sweet things like Kit Kat barfi. I know is very popular, or you might be making, date and nut balls. So these are all, really delicious, but they do tend to be quite high in sugar. So any recipes that do contain sugar, you can reduce the sugar content by at least 30 to 40%, and it will have very minimal impact on the final result. I mean, I personally bake with 50% less sugar. So if the cake requires 200 grams sugar, I will just immediately cut out 100 grams of that sugar. And you probably think, oh, doesn't that impact the bake and the texture? And actually it doesn't. If anything, I find that my children, my partner, friends, family actually prefer the cake, and they really appreciate that it's not so sickly sweet. So, give that a go, and that is going to be really beneficial for everyone, all your loved ones. And I'm sure many people are trying to, manage their health during the festive period. And in terms of deep fried foods, again, there might be more samosas, kachorias, bhajias at this time. There are alternative ways of cooking these things. So rather than deep frying, you can just lightly brush those things with oil. You can bake them. And another really popular way of cooking these items is in an air fryer. So you, again, just brushing them very lightly with oil or a little bit of spray oil, and you can bake them. So there'll be a lot less fat, there'll be a lot less fat in them, and they'll still taste as delicious. Another tip I have is to really try and stay active in this period. I don't want you to be using Diwali as an excuse to kind of fall out of your fitness routine. I've got this Diwali lunch and this Diwali dinner, I couldn't make it to the gym. I really appreciate everybody is stretched for time where everyone's busy, but really prioritize being active over other jobs you may have to do, even if it's just squeezing in a 10-minute walk after lunch. And it's really important you do keep your fitness and your physical activity at the forefront of your mind, because you are going to be indulging, or you're highly likely to be indulging during this period, and your glucose levels are going to be spiking. You might be sleeping less. So it's really important to try and incorporate all your fitness into your usual schedule, and don't go too off track during this period. I don't know about you, but I certainly know that when I get lots of goodies at Diwali, they tend to pile up either on my dining table or on the kitchen counter. I haven't got space in the cupboard. So I really recommend that you declutter your kitchen cupboards so that you've got space to put these things inside the cupboards. And why am I recommending that? If these things sit on the kitchen counter, boxes of chocolates, nasto, prasad from the mandir, these things are really tempting. They're really delicious. So as soon as you walk into the kitchen, they trigger this sensation of being hungry, even if you're not hungry. So when they're at eye level, when they are visible on the kitchen counter, you are at risk of being tempted by them and eating them. And it's not you, that is just human nature. So really try and store those temptations in the cupboard. And even if you feel that you could, maybe give them away, because really, are you really going to eat all those delicious things that you've been given? So share them, share the love, neighbors, friends, family. Don't treat your body like a dustbin and just sort of start eating those things without thinking. So that would be another tip that I have. And finally, if you are socializing with friends and family, going out for lunches, there's usually some kind of drinking involved. And I don't just mean alcoholic drinks, even non-alcoholic drinks as well. Now, if you are drinking alcohol, please try and go for the diet and no sugar or low sugar mixes in your drinks. If you're drinking wine or beer, try and stick to one drink. I know it's hard, but think about that, plan ahead. If you know that you're going to be drinking, think about one drink only. And if you aren't drinking, again, there's always the sugary options of juices and Coke. I know many people love to drink Coke with a heavy meal because they say it helps with their digestion. I'm not entirely convinced by that. But try and stick to water with maybe some fresh lemon slices, some mint, which is really refreshing, or stick to hot drinks, so tea, coffee, or maybe a mint tea. Those will be much better for your blood sugar levels and will help you to achieve your health goals that you're trying to achieve on this 12-week plan. So those are my top 5 tips. I told you I'd be quick. So just wanted to wish you a really happy Diwali. Have fun, whatever you're doing. And I will be seeing you very shortly. Take care. Thank you. Bye.